Hi, I'm Rob and it's Guild Wars War 6 and today is Green Day up against the Moonlight Slayers and Biltmore. Alright, we have Mountain Crusher, Basilisk, Magma Dragon and Garnatarlin in Monk class. Interesting, let's see what champion talents they've got. Immune to Mana Drain, Silence, Foe, Fire, Mana Burn. Gain 3 mana when matching 4 or more gems. Inflict stun when enemies deal skull damage. Is good. Rock solid, yes. Fortitude. Okay, so no root trap at the start or anything like that, so I can go skull based. I'm not going to use this team over here because Basilisk as well. Stun a random enemy when matching brown gems. They're going to be getting brown a lot. And as soon as Queen Beatrix gets stunned, part of the reason she's there is for that cleanse, but we don't really need a cleanse in this. Obviously it's nice to be cleansed from the stun, but if Queen Bee gets stunned, she can't cleanse. So I'm probably going to go with that team, an aggressive skull-based team. Magma Dragon conjures a lava storm when his turn begins. A lava storm is red and brown, so there's going to be a lot of red and brown going on, and that's going to happen every single turn. And does damage to all, and Garnatarlin also does damage to all, but in a big way, and has a chance for an extra turn because it creates those brown giant gems. Give 2 magic to all brown allies when matching the brown gems. So this is actually a better team than it first appears. Like at first glance you think, oh, this is just a weird mix of different things, but it's actually not. It's actually pretty good. This gives 2 magic to all brown allies when matching brown gems is a big deal. The way this team's going to be creating brown is really high. So this damage is going to start going up. The chance of an extra turn on that's important. I don't let that get charged if I can avoid it. Magma Dragon guarantees a constant amount of red and brown. It does damage to all as well. And this thing is really dangerous, does a lot of damage, and that stun is there for their team's protection. And Mountain Crusher is a really quick, fast mana generator. So yeah, this is a good little team. I quite like this. But I'm going to go for it with this team, my sort of standard aggressive, but risky King and Queen green team. It's like, let's hope these two got out of bed on the right side this morning. The trouble is with these two is, if they're in a good mood, they can create those skulls, create those green, and you can kill the enemy really, really, really quickly and do like heaps of damage. If, I don't know, she had a rough night's sleep or she just got up in a bad mood, she'll just cast skulls and everything everywhere and basically set up the enemy for some severe retaliation. Same with the Wild King. He does at least give a load of attack to all allies, which is a permanent thing. Even if he misses, you may get to benefit from that the next time. But same as the Wild Queen, she will actually steal attack from an enemy and give it to the first ally. So that can be good, but if the first ally is dead because she set the enemy up, then it's not a lot of good either. So you kind of hope for the best with them. It's a bit of a yin and yang. You've got to take the rough with the smooth, but just hope things do balance out. For that reason, I'm going in Archer class, because we do get to root trap the enemy at the start. So if we cast those skulls and they miss, then technically we're reasonably safe. And I'm going to be using the Essence of Evil to just throw that on the most dangerous enemy and stop them doing anything. And we start battles with 50% mana, which is nice. I do create a Leaf Storm at the start, but that is going to be wasted because that's going to be immediately overwritten by their storms. The Magma Dragon Storm is going to do that. I'll get my storm first. That'll be overwritten by... did they do a storm? No, someone else did. Anyway, yeah, basically the storm will be overridden by Magma Dragon. Oh, was it Garnatarlin? Yeah, that summons a dust storm as well, but it'll be my storm first, then it'll change to Garnatarlin's, then actually go back to Magma Dragons, because storm priority goes first to fourth on this side, and then left to right. So I get my storm, Basilisk gets... no, Garnatarlin gets its storm, get it right in a minute, and then it'll go back to Magma Dragon's storm, because that storm starts when my turn begins, and the turn doesn't begin until the setup of the game, which is everybody getting their storms and stuff like that. So a bit of info about storms there and how it works. Just check my banner is correct for this. +2 green, +1 brown, -1 red is good. Just going to check my champion talents, because I might be able to pick something else instead of that storm, because that is going to be wasted. That's no good. And yeah, see, that was definitely worth checking, because that is, Nature's Aura is wasted. So definitely worth having a backup instead. Yeah. And a bit of shambles that the last one isn't really any good, but actually we can do that. Right, so let's dive in. Hope for a nice start. If we don't get anything too spectacular, we can certainly cast our leprechauns. Just a massive lack of green in this area, so hardly anything's going to change from there, so we just hope we get something from that instead, and we still haven't. You can't match green normally. I'll leave that there maybe for them to try and to take, and hopefully the AI does often take skull matches. It's called skull baiting, and when they're entangled, it's not going to do hardly anything at all. There's not much green there. I'm tempted to take this normally and hope that they waste their turn taking them skulls. I'll do that. Yep. Still no green on that side of the board at all. This whole 4 by whatever it is, 7 quadrant 6. You can get some favourable drops though after that. It can be worth doing, but the fact that red is now my only option now, I can take purple. That is pretty much the only thing I can do. But they've not got any mana yet either, so time is on my side. But that is going to give them a 4-match red if I do that, which I don't want to do. If I take that, that red drops down to there, that one drops down to there, gives them a 4-match. So I'm not doing that. I'm tempted to just cast green or leprechaun. Need to get things moving a bit. Right, hero's been stunned, so I've lost my 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal, which is not too bad. You don't really want to just kill people outright. You don't get any points for instant deaths in Guild Wars, because it doesn't count towards damage. You have to do actual damage with skulls, spells, that kind of thing. Let's do that. If I've got a Mana Surge now with brown, that will get up my Wild Queen. Can't remove this one at the same time, which I'd like to do, because ideally I don't want them casting their Mountain Crusher. It's not offering me blue or yellow. So we've got a bit of a bad board on this one, but see how it goes. Let's just check for potential 4 matches first. And again, not much green there, so this could definitely miss with the Wild Queen. Now, which side of the bed did she wake up on? Is she in a good mood or is she in a grumpy mood? Right, there's no attack to steal from their first opponent, so no good casting on them. You may as well cast it on the one underneath. You know, all she's done is take away the barrier, but we are protected. If I can get yellow or blue, that will get up my Wild King. And there's none of that there, so that is not an option, but we can get up our Essence of Evil, offer them a skull hit, because that will land to there where that red fire gem is. Go on, take it, don't they? Right, I am going to throw this Essence of Evil, I think, on... Ooh, it's tempting to do that damage. Because that's 2 skull hits. What's that? 252. Ooh, that might, is that enough? Hang on, let's do some maths here. 237, 247. Oh, is that 253? No way. Hang on. Let's work this out. Yeah, it is. Unbelievable. Right. But I could then cast Essence of Evil and the explosion will take off their last bit of health. Oh no, they got Agile! Didn't account for Agile. Right, let's stop that from doing that. We changed them to a giant toad. Okay. And we've got 1 hit out of that, not too bad. We'll take that and party. This hopefully we'll get up my... Oh, should I do that? Nah, let's do the damage. Let's get rid of that Basilisk. The next opponent is entangled. Let's chuck that on their dragon. Essence of Evil had that extra effect of causing extra damage because they're hunters marked and everything. So this is going to kill that outright no matter what. So I don't know if that's worth... Nah, it's probably not even worth getting that. We'll get it anyway. More mana can equal more points in Guild Wars. Surprised I didn't kill it. Must have some protection. Yeah, damage from skulls by 55%. But let's make sure of it and just get them out of the way. Nice win against a potential dangerous opponent if they got going. And it was 3,246 Guild Wars points. Battle 2 is against Stice Demon 20. And we have Lamashtu, Life and Death, Arachnian Weaver, King Avalon, standard type Life and Death team in Orb Weaver. So this is going to be stealthy. No, it's not. They've only got level 33, so that's not stealthy. That's unusual. But they are root trapping us from the start. And Lamashtu converts yellow to purple, which charges up their Life and Death and their Weaver, which also does true damage. And King Avalon gives a fast start to Elf troops. It does damage to all enemies and has a summon as well. So I'm not going to use this team. Even though their Life and Death is not stealthy, I'm still going to go with the standard sort of way I would fight this team. And that's, again, with a team like this, with like Queen Beatrix doing damage to all. When you do damage to all, like even if you're stealthy, you're going to get hit. So all stealthy means is they're hiding in the bush. You can't actually target them on their own. Yeah. And I like this. Because on the other team, even though I may actually have a good start with that maybe and wipe out their first enemy, as soon as you hit them, that giant spider, that 35% chance on that familiar third trait has a habit of just happening so often, you just end up hitting them once, getting another enemy back here again, and you just get in a bit of a loop of trying to get to the weapon, to get to the hero while defeating spiders non-stop. So I'm going to go with this team. Just check me banner. That is okay. We'll do it on green if we can. I like Geomancer for this. Love Geomancer. 50% start, 50% skull reduction makes it more meaty and stronger in first place. Just going to check these. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's go for it. You can do the true damage with this. You can use Essence of Evil to shut down an enemy again. Get an extra turn maybe with Queen Beatrix. If you get Sycorax charged up and you cast it on green, you give everybody more life. Charge up the team and hopefully repeat the process. And a quick start with Leprechaun. So let's go for it. And that is a nice amount of green straight away. This is going to clean off that root trap absolutely instantly due to Beatrix's awesome third trait. Right, let's just check what cascades I'll get from here first before I go just casting Leprechaun without thinking about it. Don't use yellow, so I think we're better off casting Leprechaun here. But let's check this first. Yellow to purple. If they're going to waste that effectively, then that is always worth letting them do that. So they get a 3-match there, which is just going to give them a... No, it's not all. They got this down here. Need to mess this up. Now green will just about mess that up, because when you explode a gem, you explode the gem and everything around it by everything that's immediately adjacent. So these gems here will be exploded at the same time, which will change that to a potentially just a 3-match. But I can't. Well, I can take it that way, I suppose. Hang on, this is complicated. That would be a purple, which gives a yellow. Nah, I'm not trying to work all that out. That's too complex to work out. I'll just blow stuff up and get a lucky extra turn. Settle for that. Alright, now we can maybe have some fun. With that not ready... Oh, I didn't double check this before casting this. Hang on, yellow to purple. Let's look at it in its dimmed out view. Now they can do that. Go on, you do it. You have a ball. Oh, we explode stuff anyway, of course. Doesn't matter. Right, now B. There's lots of green there. There's lots of Sycoraxy stuff. 17 green, so we'll do that. We're going to gain a bunch of life. Charge up the team. You can do this a couple of times if you want, just to give yourself a nice buff on health if you feel like you're going to be in danger, because this is dangerous. 53 true damage bypasses your armor, so you do need more life than normal against this kind of team. We've got a nice amount of damage there. And all that green there gives Queen Bee a really high chance of getting an extra turn. So we're going to make short work of this team in the end. That worked out nice. And that was 1,405 points. Battle 3 is against St. Nicholas. Sunspear class, Web Spinner, Summer's Fury, Obsidious, Gimlet, Stormbrew. Going to go with the same team on this, I think, but this is pretty dangerous. Sunspear class, they're bound to have the awesome level 100 trait. Fireblade, deal triple skull damage to burning enemies. Obsidious is going to stun all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches. So, a bit risky this one, because if they get a 4 match, then we're going to have our Queen Bee stunned, so we're not going to get the cleanse anymore. But we do need to start them root trapped. Web Spinner, super dangerous, triple damage. Very dangerous indeed. You can start with an impervious troop in first place. That is another way to go about it. I could shift Sycorax up there. If you're immune to all that stuff, then Web Spinner's damage becomes normal damage. But Summer's Fury is a pretty decent weapon too. Right, so let me just have a little think about this, because I could obviously change this to, or leave it in Archer class. Go through them one at a time. The traits on this aren't that important on any of these. It's not a big deal, or literally on anyone. So I may still go for this one. Could go for this one and change the class to Archer class to get them entangled at the start. But the traits on these are more important. On the other team, this one, oh, not that one, that's my fun sort of green goblin based team. None of the traits once the game starts are that important. So I'm going to go for this. Get the old Web Spinner root trapped. Hope they don't cleanse it straight away. Our Medley of Orpheus kicked in nice and early. That is good. At times it offers you a good start on this, like this match here, but you're frozen on the colour that it does. It's happened to me a lot this week. a lot. Right, and this is going to transform green to brown. But there's nothing doing for them, but this is still worth doing because this is going to be a big bunch of mana for my Wild Queen. And the green to brown is only a small amount of value for them right now, so I think I'll have a grab of that. They didn't do it anyway. So we'll grab yellow first, and then the blue. Let's get that. See if we get any more drops, and we did. Now, do we cast Leprechaun or do we do a yellow and skull match? I think we do yellow and skull match because that's going to get our Wild King up at the same time. And the Queen, that was good. Happy days. We're only frozen on purple and green, so we can take that. Now let's cast, who should we cast first? There's not much green there, so probably better off casting the Wild King in this situation because he creates yellow and skulls. Literally one green on the board. Right, go Wild King. Thank you. Let's got them out of the way. Still frozen on purple, so I'm not going to take that. I'm going to risk the Wild Queen, and I will see one. This is the thing, one hit on them will kill them, but if she misses you could set them up. I could have just taken that skull hit on the right hand side and been safe, but safe is boring. Let's go for it. And there you go, she's done the dirty on me. She's an irritant like that. Let's cast that on. Who should we chuck that on? Surely have to get some skulls out of this in a second. Yeah, let's throw it on him. That'll do. Severe lack of green again, but they are at least spread out a little bit, so let's give Leprechaun a bit of action, and that worked out really nice. You can cast Essence of Evil again now if you like on Gimlet at the bottom there. That's going to do extra damage from the skulls, so I think I will do that. Theoretically gets it done a bit quicker. If there's more yellow than green, that's going to depend upon who you cast. We've got 7 green there, 5 yellow, so let's cast the Wild Queen. No one's attacked the steel, but it doesn't matter, we've got plenty of attack. There's 1 hit. And there's the other one. And that was 1,518 points. And battle 4 against the champion is Robo45. Gorgotha, Doomed Blade, Service Ski Dog, and Scardy. Scardy created an Ice Storm, freeze and mana burn the first 2 enemies, knock them to the back, and summon Queen Mab. Scurvy Sea Dog starts battles with full mana, transforms all green to blue, and gives some gold. And this is going to deal damage to all enemies, transform red to skulls, and do a lot of damage. And Gorgotha is in first place and reduces damage from skulls by 75%. So that is going to reduce the effect of the team I've got at the moment, as well as explode a load of gems and cleanse itself. And that reduced damage from skulls is the main thing I'm looking at. This is, we can obviously chuck Essence of Evil on it first. That'd be a way to go. They are going to start entangled. If you don't have the Wild King and the Wild Queen and you're looking at these teams, this could be a good way to go with Queen Beatrix. If you didn't have Sycorax, chuck another Queen Bee in there. Like 2 of them are going to loop and buzz together, and that bypasses the armor because it's true damage, so that skull damage really doesn't matter. But I'm tempted to go aggressive again. We're going to start with a root trap. And we can chuck Essence of Evil on Gorgotha, and that gets rid of their 75% skull damage reduction. Or shall I go with this? Do I need a cleanse? Snap freeze, yes. Freeze and mana burn. No, I'm going to go with this team. Just for a bit of fun. The other team technically may have been better. But I'm quite interested to see how well this one does. That's going to cleanse off that freeze straight away. And give me a barrier, which is nice. No green matches, but again, just check around for this first to see if they're going to waste that. Green to blue. There's not much green there, so you'd feel a bit hard done by if it gave them something really nice. But yeah, nothing doing for them on that. So even though it's not much damage reduction, but we've really not got anything else of our colours there anyway. It's like, wow, it's a bit mean. So we'll just do that little bit of damage because he's got 75% skull reduction. We got an extra turn. That was unexpected, but happy. We'll take it. Well, that's a green to blue for them, but we'll take this one then, absolutely guaranteed. And that has set us up nicely. Thank you very much. Your kindness is appreciated. Grab that for Sycorax. Don't want all these blue here really now, so we'll just grab that anyway. Alright, now there's lots of blue there. Not much green, which is the colour we prefer to cast with Sycorax because we get the all the team charged up then, but blue is not too bad. It gives Queen Bee and Sycorax loads of life. A high chance of Sycorax being able to cast again. Always good to have a good bit of life. Let's create actually more green there now, so I'll actually use that to get my Essence of Evil up. Thank you very much. Let's go through it with the bee a bit now, I think. Actually, we'll cast this first. Because one of the effects of this is Fairy Fire. And when you Fairy Fire someone, they take extra damage from incoming spells. And because we're going true damage, but I don't want him to be casting skulls onto me, I'm going to chuck it on the first opponent. So if they do get their weapon up, they can create those skulls, and it doesn't matter because they're entangled. Alright, go bee. Do bee things. Well, they got cleansed. But we're still in a fairly good position. Well, we've got Sycorax. 12 green, we'll do that. That is a high chance of an extra turn. Did not work out though. Wow. So we are gonna chuck it on one of their submerged opponents, because submerged protects you from the damage from something like Queen Bee or the King Gobtruffle. So we'll definitely chuck that on that first troop again. He's been changed into a frog. So let's do it on someone else. We will have our way. We'll get there in the end. Maybe. What we got? 13. Right, let's... There we go, thank you. Right, but now when there's... Because the good thing about Sycorax is that creates all those green, so this gives Queen Bee's chance, spell a better chance of getting an extra turn, which it did. I swear that was an extra turn. Oh well. Alright. Leprechaun should. Not worried about their frog casting. Don't particularly want Sycorax at the top. I could stop it by casting my Essence of Evil. But now I'll let them do that. I'm going to cast that on them. Got an extra turn anyway. All sorts of colours going on here. 17 blue. That'd be an awful lot of life for the blues troops. So I will do that because my Queen Bee and my Sycorax are a little bit low on health. We'll give them a little boost. There you go. Have a nosh on that. That feels better. Alright, let's just get rid of some of these blue. I prefer more green for Beatrix. Just one or two casts away now from Queen Beatrix. That'll get her ready. Come on, Bee. Oh, we have a submerged person. Where they go? They were submerged. I don't know what's going on. Ugh. Like I say, I've played this quite early in the morning when I've not long been up. Not always awake. Miss the odd trick here and there. How are they doing that? How are they doing that? Look, they've got all the effects of Essence of Evil on them. They should not be dodging that submerged. That is a bug. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. That is Essence of Evil on them. That is all the negative status effects. They should not be able to be dodging that with submerge. Just me thinking I was going mad, and it turns out I'm pretty sure that was a bug. And it was 1,580 points. And battle 5 against the Paragon is Brand Nettle 59. Same kind of team again with these top two troops, but Plunder and Peril dealing damage to 2 random enemies boosted by its gold. And Doomclaw, seeing if he can get some random devours. Okay, I might as well just go the same again then. Not going to think about it too much. See if we can get a 4-match from anywhere. If not, green are fairly well spread around. Let's check this first. Green to blue. 3-match for them there. Now I'm just going to collect this green normally, I think. Did see that at the last minute. I saw I was about to give him that 5-match on yellow at the last second. It's one of those things where my brain said that is going to give him a 5-match yellow, stop doing it. My fingers said, no, sod it, I'm doing it anyway. And it just happened. Oh well. It happens when I play snooker sometimes. You're lining up a shot, get down to play it. You sort of know you're not quite lined up properly or you're going to miss. Your head says, get up, reset and start again. Your hand says, no, screw it, I'm going for it. And you miss. And you knew it was going to happen, but that's the way it goes. Alright, let's stop that enraged, Scully stuff going on, which they intend to do. Green to blue. Is not too bad. You can take extra damage from this because not only have I stopped that 75% skull reduction, but they'll have Hunter's Mark in everything, so taking extra damage anyway. But one of those things of Essence of Evil is lycanthropy, and it's decided to be changed into a elf's mascot. Not a ton of green there. Green to blue. Safe over this side. All round safe, so I don't really want to cast Leprechaun, so I'll get that normally. Now Leprechaun's definitely not worth casting. Alright, Sycorax is nearly good to go. So if I can get brown, that should be good. Right, lots of blue there. This is not too bad for Queen Bee and Sycorax as a whole. Right, let's I think we need to cast Essence of Evil. A, because the hero is nearly charged, and B, because it's submerged. Now we can see if we can do some damage. Alright, let's get charged up again by casting Leprechaun. What's that going to do? 59 damage to the last enemy. Well, that's alright. We can deal with that. We're hardcore. A bit. Don't trust that Doomclaw though, so I'm not risking that, getting charged up. Never works for you, but it's the sort of thing that will work on Guild Wars just to be annoying. And you know it. So, 12 green is not too shabby. Let's go for it. Could do with getting the bee charged up if we get a nice amount of stuff there, which we did. I can get my Sycorax up, but let's just go for it. There's a lot of colours we like there, and that is the game. So no squeaky bum times on Green Day today. That was a nice, a comfortable 5-0 in the end, and that was a nice even number at the end as well. 1,700 Guild Wars points. Let's look at today's total. 9,449. Not too bad. But there it is. There's my Green Day Guild Wars. If you enjoyed the video, seen any teams that you'd like to try out, then hit that like and subscribe button. Anyway, tell your guild, tell your mates, tell your goldfish, dog, cat, budgie, anyone. Share the video. Do all that stuff. That applies for all the other videos as well. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.